Hi, I want to take this moment to mention this disclaimer notification about my two videos entitled Fun with Falcor. The four scenes shown in Falcor cannot be viewed in the vanilla build of Falcor. They required my manual manipulation of external textures or some form of external editing, and also the use of my API to be viewed in the state shown in these two videos. So I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory to all of this. And this is not in any way a jab at nVidia. 5 years ago I applied to the then closed nVidia GameWorks Technologies development, what you currently find in GameWorks, on their Git. Sadly, I never heard from them. 5 years on, I receive a notification in my email that GameWorks was now open to the public with registration and NDA consent. So I decided to join. And I have to say, I was not disappointed. I was immediately taken by two of their projects, of many, but two in particular. The first one is Falcor, and the second is Optics. And for the last 5 months, I've been repurposing Falcor. So what is Falcor? Well, Falcor is an unbiased path tracer. So you're going to ask, what's a path tracer? Well, path tracer is literally today's new iteration of a ray tracer. And now you're going to say, well, what's a ray tracer? Well, a ray tracer, let's put it to you this way, every movie, every TV sitcom, cartoon, even video games that you see or play today use some form of ray tracing or path tracing technology. So if you saw the movie Jurassic Park, basically the dinosaurs were drawn, so to speak, or what you perceive as a dinosaur created with ray tracing. And the difference between then and now is what took hours to create one image of a movie. Now we can do 30, 60, etc., depending on your hardware, frames per second to do the equivalent or better what was possible then. What you are currently seeing is a 3D model of a real-world location in France. The model is simply known as Amazon Bistro, and yes, it's the Amazon you know. And this model, like many others before it, are just shared publicly for rendering and testing purposes. I'm just going to give you a little back story again. I guess some people probably don't realize, yes, Amazon got into 3D and 3D gaming. A few years back, they acquired the sources to CryEngine's, Crytek's CryEngine, and renamed it Lumberyard and made it available on the Amazon AWS website. Since then, it's actually been renamed Open3DE, and it's available on GitHub. And at this stage, actually, I'm unclear if Amazon is still involved or not in this endeavor. All I will say is Open3DE is the only free-to-use for commercial purposes to make movies, games, and without the need to pay royalties, as is the case with Unreal and CryEngine and other proprietary closed-source platform SDKs. So I'm going to be honest, I don't know what got over me. I guess I'm obsessive. Obsessive compulsive, I don't know. I started messing around with Falcor as it was... I got to be honest with you, I was kind of jealous. I mean, you have to realize that I've been in 3D and 3D rendering for years now, and I've always wished I could have this kind of technology years ago. Anyway, I started messing around with it with the Python, and it didn't satisfy what I wanted to do with it. It was too limited, and so I started writing then functions to compensate for what the Python couldn't do. And well, now it's turned into this crazy 400 function API. Oh, sorry, someone's calling me. Anyway, this 400, well, actually it's 450 plus, but that's the more the utility functions. But this, yeah, basically 400 function API to control all aspects of Falcor, and that includes a new file format that is more native to Falcor. So we are now on to the second scene. This one again is another real world location, but we're no longer in France, so we are now in Mexico. And the scene is actually entitled San Miguel. It was created, I don't know the name of the person who modeled the Amazon bistro scene, but I do know who modeled this one, and I'm sorry if I don't get the name right. Obviously the first name is easy, Guillermo, but then after that is Leo Laguno. And it's another scene that's been around for many years and used for testing purposes for new renderers and rendering technology and so on and so forth. I decided to add my contribution to this model in this scene, my little 1%. And I've seen this model rendered many times throughout the years. And one thing I've never seen though is San Miguel rendered at night. So I did the necessary mods to the scene and added all the lighting, added night light and candles and so forth to make it a little more ambient. So you'll see that later in the video. So you may or may not have noticed that I'm showing the same locations twice in every scene in these videos. Yeah, this is to show the two primary rendering methods in Falcor. I mean, you can develop other rendering methods, but the two that are provided are these two methods that are shown. The first is the core path tracer with denoising, but not a real-time aggressive denoiser. The second, I show the same camera positions, but in real-time path tracing with the full suite of real-time denoising strategies. Visually speaking, the only differences are a slight decreased fidelity, but definitely a huge increase in speed of the second method. It's really just a question of what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for a high fidelity rendering where everything's going to be really crisp and not the little tiny little blurring that occurs in the second method. But the second method, I mean, it provides full real-time rendering. So as I said, this is San Miguel at night, and quite frankly, I like it. Looks really good. I had planned to put, waiters and people sitting at the tables and so on and so forth, but anyway, I abandoned that idea and just kept it the way it is. So don't forget to watch the second video. And the second one, I highlight some of the issues that I had with Falcor and make a plea to nVidia not to abandon it, even though yes, it had like I said, a small upgrade, but it's nothing major. It's not addressing the problems with Falcor. In any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you watch the next video. And this was Fun with Falcor Part 1.